But I'm super happy to be wrong. Obviously, that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
If you show up and you're like, oh, and this really is the play that you want to see. But I'm curious about it as well.
Complexity Blame was an absolute beast on yard lurks.
Yes.
If T-side Nuke, we can get Astralis with a little bit of early map control, they can let Blame work. And not on this pistol necessarily. There's a whole lot of fights to be taken. Buzz will keep it level. Wonderful going long range and very clean with his USP as he takes out Device. It's a long range fight from Buzz. That Glock has found 2 already. Now they descend the stairs.
He is sick in the pistol rounds as well. That's something that we've seen in the past. That seems to be kind of his specialty. So happy to get a little bit of a glimpse. Oh, Magic's pocket up behind him. They line up for him, and it's a double headshot. blameF and sit out of the round.
How did they not consider it? Maybe didn't hear the glass break. Maybe it was broken early, so Magic can just slip through. They assume it was clear, and Buzz, wait. Not the ace clutch. Not another Buzz pistol. Anders, he's doing it.
He's definitely doing it now. The door open. This is dangerous. Siren is low on health, and almost one more bullet would have done it. He is out of his mind. He's almost defeated Spirit on his own in this pistol.
He's doing it. 15 bullets left. He is considering the round-the-world maneuver, but with the low HP on Siren, he just wants to take it at range. He knows 1 bullet. The pressure is on the defuse. It's a 10-second defuse. Like, Buzz has done the hard work already. If Siren steals this one away, it would be daylight robbery! Oh, that's gonna hurt! He did so much of the heavy lifting, and Siren still yoinks it.
Oh, it's so tricky. There's probably a million different ways you could play that. It's very, very hard. I mean, you could easily say, well, why didn't you wait for the bomb tap? But the thing is, you could also just catch him in the perfect moment when he's just about to tap it. I mean, it's hard to say, but what a shot from Siren. I mean, that's a save, almost a 1 versus 3, and obviously, as you said, almost an ace clutch there for Buzz.
Like, I don't know, I'm just vicariously feeling the frustrations, you know, especially when you've done all of that. And those double deaths from Magic's, I mean, I was trying to theorycraft where that misinformation came from. It does lead to a quite threatening second round out of Astralis. You know, the slate can be wiped clean here. That's if they can get past Patsi's yard hold. Smokes are good. No gap immediately spotted, but good. Chip damage. Yeah, a couple of them a little bit wounded on the way down the stairs. Now, rotations are necessary. Blame holding for the lobby re-aggress, and it's Magic's again. I don't think they'll be making the same mistake twice.
No, certainly not. This time they're definitely going to be checking, and it might be a kind of a favorable fight. Wait a minute. I thought for a second they were going to try and pop their way up again. It looked like they sort of were putting a lot of people in the vent. I think that'd be very, very dangerous, but maybe not completely out of the question. Chopper holding a Molotov, which could stop blameF on the other side if he's slowed down even just a little bit here. But yeah, it looks like they want to go for it. This is wild.
Up the vents into the top stack. They're hoping they over-rotate, but Spirit are so ready. This is flawless from Siren. A thorn in their side, but into the top side goes Blame. The hurt lurk rewarded. Buzz still has that rifle, and now they've got to work out where they want to go. There's 2 ramp side. Blame's going looking. He's going to catch them. Oh, or maybe not. He might have been audible. They've got a decision to make, and they're taking the wrong one. They're going to go to Plant Heaven side? That would be mad. Device, he's got the bomb. He's trying to get the util out. They're pushing in. Buzz with a good spray. Device connects onto Patsi, and that is enough. Oh. Careful, Blame. Blame has got it sorted. And the Danes erupt with elation. They needed that one.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier the lurking, you said yard, but it doesn't really matter, it's everywhere. Like, he's just such a late round player, blameF. He's not going to be worried at all about, you know, there being 10 seconds left in the round or anything like that. But yeah, they tried to, you're right, they tried to beat them, and then actually the timing was insane, because I think Device was throwing a smoke up there, you could see it right here, so they almost caught him. That would have been pretty devastating, but yeah, huge conversion coming up from Astralis, 3rd round coming up, and there's going to be no money on the Spirit side. They'll have a little bit to work with, or really not that much.
Today, Anders. They want to prove everyone wrong.
Good.
No! What did I say? What did I do? What has happened here? I didn't even get to...
That's on you, Alex.
I'm sorry.
That's on you.
I'm so sorry. I was just riding the high. Buzz looked happy. I was happy to see him happy. And then they just run straight out Squeak. How does this fall apart so quickly? No one looking. Ow.
It's a great round to do some backseat counter-striking, but the truth is, if you're going to be rushing the A-bomb site, it's not a bad idea to do it in a round where you know they're not going to have the Molotovs and the nades to stop you. Obviously, when you run into a stack, it does look a little bit ridiculous, and you're going to feel like, wow, like, why? If we just played this slowly, we would have found out. But Yeah, you're not going to get many chances on Nuke to try and pull around like that, so I kind of get it.
I do. I understand it. It's just the fact that when we were watching it from Patsi's POV, he had all the time in the world to go for 4 of those just cleaver body shot deagle. I mean, there was chaos, pandemonium on the top side. They had 2 on that bomb site silo, both taking duels and engagements. Chaos in the communication. But, you know, this has been a roller coaster. We've had 3 rounds of play, and it's just up, down, left, right. We do not know the Konami code.
4th round, and in spite of everything, I mean, they're still somehow put an AWP into play on device.
Yeah,
I don't even really know how, given what we've seen here, but they're able to. Oh, and the boost on top, wonderful, gets blown up. He definitely didn't know. You could see he was just looking at the stars out there. He had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and of course, one of the superstars of Astralis has whipped out the AWAP and brings Wonderful down a peg.
That's not bad at all.
Are we going to keep seeing these forced buy wars here?
Yeah, why not? I think there's no reason not to. If this kind of game is happening, you might as well just keep it up. Chopper nearly caught with a grenade, and Hammer did just get the Molotov out. And Siren's on the other side, and a little bit of a backstab from Patsi. I don't know why he keeps going. It's a 2-on-2, but now it's a 1 versus 2. He could have played it a little bit cool. And that's, yeah, good situation right now for Astralis. They got a minute left here. Molotov comes out. Magix, he definitely sees that, and it's going to be dropping down, and they surely know.
They should. Device is posted, and yeah, will convert. Okay, forced by wars. Back in business, trading blows constantly. We have yet to see a single consecutive round for either as they wrestle for control of the economy. And you would assume that a Spirit might have to bend the knee and succumb to Astralis, but no. It looks like we are going to be once again returning to a competitive round. This was a nice close from Device. He opened and closed it. Those bookend frags, coaching staff, very happy with that one.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if he would have got the quieter drop down there, but I mean, it did. He was super audible falling down, so that's a little bit of a shame. Out of the guard. No A-rush this time coming out from the Astralis camp.
True. Yeah, and they've already showed presence behind the smokes, right? So that you almost have to respect that or gamble. They have got one person down there. It's Chopper, who's just playing that kind of boomich smoke defense, playing the pixel gap. And Device going looking for any of those yard players that are brave enough to have a looky-loo. Now a second wave of util finds itself towards the yard. Now that can facilitate a wrap. And that can also, yeah, get you through main on the fade.
And I think in part also they're trying to bait out if anyone is going to be out there. It's not uncommon for the CTs to be peeking after you've thrown a Molotov or a flashbang or anything like that. So they really just don't want to walk into the stack. I think that's the game plan for Astralis. Just don't do that again.
This is a very forward position for Blame. You know, typically up against the pistols, it can get overwhelming as they're coming in. Blame, oh, nice snappy headshot, but he did catch a dink, and now he's going to lose his AK. Siren will retrieve it.
He's going to know everyone was there, more or less, or he's going to assume that that was more than just a couple of people that he saw. So at least they'll have the information. But yeah, I do hate it when people play lobby on their own in a round like this. It always feels really sketchy. At least they're going to get the bomb down, and they're going to win the round. So it's not necessarily the end of the world, but I think it is a liability when you do that kind of thing. blameF, I mean, he's
brilliant. It's just impossible. When you've got 4.57s and you are on your own, just running at you with the speed and the moving accuracy, you know, you're not going to find that multi-kill, especially against players like Spirit. Typically, players in that lobby position on rounds like that, they'll find themselves just on the T roof looking for the info, especially if no one's immediately vulnerable and punishable. But there we go. The trend has been broken. It only took us 5 rounds, but consecutive rounds for Astralis.
I wonder what Spirit are going to do, though, because they have the UMP, they have the AK, and it's super risky for them to buy more into this round.
That's as a bonus.
That could kind of jeopardize a lot. But on the other hand, if they want to keep the pressure on, I don't know. It's not impossible that they could try and do something like that. Depends.
Buzz starting really strong as well, and that's a good sign for the Astralis roster.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. I feel like he, in a way, if you're a young player that's going to be joining a lineup like Astralis, just because of the name itself, all of the pressure is going to be on. I think Buzz has kind of managed to sneak under the radar a little bit because the focus has kind of, I think, been on the older stars underperforming and Device coming back. So I actually think he might get a little bit of a chance. I think that's going to be one of the hardest things if you're a young player coming into such a lineup. But I think, I hope he can get that time where he can just, find his own way.
We've seen examples, in recent history with the Ninjas in Pajamas and bringing in the kind of the ZTRs of the world. We've also seen it with Na'Vi. You bring in a NPL, and these players, it is sink or swim. It is so overwhelming, and that is aggressive. A chance slips by the wayside. Wonderful, lucky to be alive with a scout aggressive yard. Device fires off the shot, and Chopper immediately reacts with a break of the vent, so can have the option for the descent.
And they did buy.
They did.
They said, all right, that's fine. Let's just do it. Now, it's not the end of the world, but any retake right now, especially if you're thinking about a retake down at the B bomb side.
Oh, he didn't clear. Oh, Patsi, a nice hidden angle leads to a first blood.
That's super unfortunate, but getting out of this position, he does have some teammates. They have one more flashbang as well on Siren. I wonder if they're going to get the timing down on it right. Oh, not at all. Glaive just blows him up. It looked like maybe at least Siren was in a position that he could have thrown. I think he threw a smoke, but I think he could have also flashed Patsi into more of a battle there.
Yeah, I like this from Zip. This is like a one-man mission, but he's managed to get so much control for Astralis. He's forced Magics down the ramp. Wonderful. You can see head on a swivel. He has no information on that potential flank, and he's only working with a scout, so now Spirit go for the retake of information as the bomb is getting picked up, as will the smokes. 30 seconds, something to get a little nervous about now as... Perfect from Zip. Catches Magics on the re-aggress.
There's nobody downstairs. This is a huge problem right now for the Spirit camp. I don't know how they're even going to rotate down here. This is, especially because they forced into it, if they don't get a very good opening, saving what they have might just be a better choice.
This is it. This is the duel. Like, if Chopper wins something, somehow gets a way in, they might have a look.
Yeah, he's going to run away. I don't blame him. Oh, but even that's going to be tricky. blameF catching them at the end. It's a very nicely constructed round coming up from Astralis. I think leaving Sip in there, deep on the ramp, even with low time, but as soon as they get that kill, they realize there's not going to be anyone downstairs. We're ready to go. Yeah,
really cool. And I love that you could see it from Magic's POV, where he it was too good to be true. It's like, why would he have left ramp? He had it. There he is, hidden in that deep corner.
I still think it might have been Siren that could have flashed, but I think they had two more people outside of Patsi who was down. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just fall all the way into the river. Instead of maybe Patsi going for the fight, there is another way to play that situation where Patsi actually just makes himself bait, and the other two people that are out there, when Astralis finally decide, okay, we have to swing, we either have to go up on the silo and shoot him from above, or we have to do a wide swing.
Yeah.
You're probably accepting that you might not make it out alive, but your teammates can get some great revenge kills out there. It felt like it was some lack of coordination between Patsi and whoever I think it was wonderful was the scout out there. Again, fine weapon to be holding the silo with, so I don't know, a little bit there. But it's Astralis up to 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's a very good start, and it should and could be 5 as well.
Yeah. Well, and then now especially that the choice to buy in that last round is going to be super painful. They've put themselves in a weird position here, Spirit. Let's see, just something. Couple of pixels moving at the edge.
Well, way too much control, Chopper. He's got Siren behind him, and Blame's going to get a very rude shock if he rounded that corner.
Oh no.
It's too good to be true, though. They know these must be around here somewhere.
They can't find them.
Position. Oh my god. They have to be aware.
What's
they can't. They're not going to be. They're not going to be.
If someone turns around, it's a nightmare. He's lined it up. It's a good kill, but it's also going to make everyone hyper alert. Everyone's going to realize now, wait a minute, we've lost all control. We have no idea where they are. blameF, yep, that's exactly why he's looking. There could have been so much more from that play. It's a good shot for Wonderful. He hit the headshot straight onto Sip. But the Molotov will push them back, and it's a 3-on-3, and the bomb, it's on the bomb side. It's about to go down.
Yeah, recovery here. Great shot out of Wonderful, kept it level, but way back in is going to be very difficult. Might just want to maintain that AK surrounded by a full proper buy. Magic's going to have a go with his 5.7. He has not got any armor to be boasting. And there is there's a rifle right there. Good spot from Jay.
And they need it.
Yeah.
They actually do need those rifles on the Spirit side. They haven't really had a real rifle round yet on Nuke, and we're pretty deep into the first half already. So it's a weird position to be in. This round could have played out 10 different ways. There were so many ways in which Spirit outright win it. If they get the kill outside and they find blameF in Hut, then that's it. And that could have easily happened, but yeah, weird twist of fate there.
Very good start. Very, very promising start for Astralis. Having 5 in the bank already. And up against Spirit, who have been no slouch on Nuke. I like what Chad has been saying as well when you talk about Nuke and how if you do want to be like a real top world contender, you have to have a rigid Nuke just because everyone else, Heroic, Na'Vi, FaZe, G2, have all got very good nukes. You have to be able to fight fire with fire in that respect. Speaking of fire, Siren's found a safe haven upon the hut in spite of it. And 3 going dry on Yard. That's an assumption that would suggest that they aren't anticipating a wonderful AWP, or they're going main. Patsi holding this angle, wonderful looking away. Oh, Buzz bodyguards, but still the trade there. On the hut, it's Siren for 2. And now Blame caught as well. Chopper on the exit, and look at this. Spirit, every single fight won.
Yeah, that's huge. That shot for the smoke's important, but credit to Siren as well. It's very hard to fight anyone coming in from main like that when you're on the hut. It's just not a good fight at all. But he managed to do a fine job. And that's in spite of the early kill going to Astralis. So 1 versus 4 right now for Sip. And probably not much you could really do outside of maybe hoping to get a couple of parting kills here. But that's probably going to be it. He's got 2 overalls. It's been a bit of a quiet start for him. Glaive as well, down to 1. 40 seconds for him to just relax. They're not doing anything, Spirit. I don't really blame them. Why would you try and go aggressive in a round like this and potentially screw it up? Yeah, I mean, this Spirit have incredible, just professional restraint. I think that's one way to describe it. They know to hold on to their advantages. I mean, there's nothing worse than feeling an advantage slip away. And that's perfect. Nice angles from Siren. He will find that headshot. And so Spirit, when the guns come out, do convert. Been chock-a-block full of Counter-Strike handers. It doesn't get better. Yeah. It is a good way to spend some time, isn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, you know what I'm going to do with my day off is probably play Counter-Strike. When you're talking about it all the time, you don't get a chance to really play it. But watching these guys play makes me feel not only inferior, but also desperate to play. A combination of both is wonderful. Is going to be flashed off. There's 2 here, aggressive on the Yard, so we could expect friction early. Patsy's going looking for blood, and yeah, Buzz is the victim.
Good timing on that. And again, usually the problem with that kind of hit is actually escaping from that assassination. You have to also make your way away from the crime scene, but he's going to be able to do it. Good smokes to cover him, and I think 1 flashbang as well out there. So Buzz going to be left unavenged for a minute here. Actually, just to pick that up what you said, I actually think this is an easy mistake to make when you're casting the game and you're watching a lot on a high level, is you just assume that all of the shots that are coming out are super easy, and it's like, yeah, like you find yourself saying, oh, you should have hit that shot, and then when you go and play yourself, you're like, oh dear.
I really do think that playing Counter-Strike makes you a better commentator. Just 100%. From the perspective as well as your perception of what's important, what's not.
Yeah, because you forget how tricky some of this stuff is, and you end up sort of it's very easy to get sort of a little bit blind to some of what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. That's for real, for real. Device watching for the Heaven Cross, and so no need for smokes if you are just having an AWP posted on it. So no one actually aware of this descent. They're certainly going to be cognizant it's possible. Device, oops, well, could go down the vents now. 1 across, and Magix, he's been spotted out left side of ramp. So they have lost control. Chopper dead on the rotation. Nice from Device on that vent descent. Now look at this. 3 ramp side, it's held. You might even consider not giving this a go.
This is a huge mistake for Spirit. It's a 4-on-5 in which they let the T side into the bomb side and put the bomb down. They don't have any smokes or anything either, so any kind of a defuse right now is going to be a straight nightmare, even if they're already here.
Glaive needs help. He's desperate for someone to just step up and catch them as they're falling forward. Device does deliver another onto Patsi. More from Zip as well. Oh, careful. Scout tagged. Still a 2-on-2. This one's heating up. They have kits. This is so forward of Device, and he's missed his chance. Missed his shot. Zip, he's got low HP on the defuse. Bodyguarded by Wonderful. This has to be a perfect shot. Wonderful, the bodyguard. Brilliant close. A Spirit do retake. That was a 4 versus 5, and it went right down to a 2-on-2.
I don't really understand how Spirit are able to retake that.
I'm not sure.
Again, normally you need smokes to block off the control room. You needed to block off decon. You needed to put on just on the bomb itself, right? Like you need a lot of nades usually to try and do this. I don't understand, first of all, how Astralis were allowed to get in that easily to the B bomb site. That's kind of the first part of it. But then secondly, I think they should have been able to hold that after plant. Even if Glaive was in trouble here, which I agree he definitely was and probably did need a little bit of help, but I think Astralis could have played this very, very differently. So, yeah, nicely done, though. The bodyguarding at the end is sick.
Yeah, right. Armchair analyst, I'm sitting there going, like, the Device no-scope attempt, that was the only option he felt he had time for, right? Like, from the sound he had, from what he was working for. But seeing Magic's on that low HP and seeing those 1v1s Wonderful was given, he had to hit that shot, but he nailed it. It's tough. It's tough for Astralis. They're not going to like that one. They're looking for something, a little taste of victory, something a bit fast and poppy, and it's Chopper. Choppy.
One's down the vent, but the bomb has been dropped.
It's not fun for Glaive. Nade spray somehow alive and through, and oh god, Glaive! He's lost the bomb. He tried his luck, and now, this round already, it's not fun. This could be Patsi versus Device, a nice clear, a good frag back. A 3 versus 5, though. This is where Spirit rarely let them go. Once they've got a grip on a round.
Yeah. We saw him on Glaive's point of view, right? I don't know if it could be like a 4-3 type thing where he just doesn't. The AUG in CT spawn's going to be taken down Device, so this should be an easy cleanup now. Yeah, hilarious round. You lose the bomb like that.
No, but I mean, when I saw Glaive pushing to pick up the bomb, I was like, is he going to... Well, he'd have to leave the smoke to pick up the bomb, and he did, and then just kept running. I don't think Spirit could believe what they were seeing. Just an SMG running all the way back out towards yard.
You ever make it to school and just forget your backpack?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I feel good.
My hack, Anders, was that for a while I would live next to my primary school, so I'd just actually excuse myself, and I'd say, sorry, I need to use the bathroom, and then I'd sprint home.
Oh.
Grab my backpack or my homework,
nice.
And sprint back. It was just a long toilet trip.
Yeah.
Out of breath and sweaty as I arrived back.
With your backpack for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was in the bathroom, obviously. Obviously.
It's a classic. Well, they did. It's a shame because doing the vent drops is so cool, but you need the bomb with you down there. If they had done it, the upside is they can get such a quick bomb plant that Spirit... I mean, they know what they need to do, but they have to do it very, very fast, right?
One of my favorite Nuke T sides I've casted recently was this team that I wish my memory was better, but they called like the first 6 or 7 rounds. They kept getting away with vent drops, and then by that point you'd conditioned them so much that teams were starting with 2 down lower, which meant they could just exploit the second half of the first half with just top hits, and it was so cool. The same utility. I mean, admittedly, getting away with vent drops against good Nuke teams is not easy. Seeing the way Spirit react, it's like as soon as they have that note, they just say one word and everyone reacts with these spray, nade combos.
Yeah.
Very suffocating for Astralis. Let's see what they go for here. It is just that saved AK-47, so looking to give Spirit a way into a 6th. Magic's happy to stand and bang. You wouldn't be seeing this against the guns, but a good read of Astralis' economy and investments. I say that as Device is just bopped Wonderful from the silo. I mean, he is one to watch, right? Blame and Device, we talked about it. AWP v Deagle, and Device has just laid him to rest.
That's an interesting beginning, but unfortunately they can't obviously pick up the AWP, so they're not going to have that kind of a luxury. A jump past Magic's, he reads it so well. He sees the first player is just looking straight down. He knows there's going to be way more coming, and Patsy's holding hell, so he's not in a lot of trouble right now. Glock at that range, not going to do anything at all.
Patsy's doing everything.
Yeah.
Blame wants to be the closer. Gets his util out, can have his crosshair and his gun on. And a nice... Magic's has...
What's going on?
Fumbled. They can plant. They will.
Had such a long time to get that first one. I feel like that was...
They know
at least the second.
Yeah, definitely. Just I think he got a little bit rumbled there. Now they know there's one decon. They know there's one double doors. A magnificent angle from Chopper. Put Zip on notice. And yeah, he will find the info. So they know there's where all 3 are.
Yeah, they do. And they have the smoke as well this time on the bomb, so they can put a lot of pressure on Device, though. With the organ now back to the Deagle. He's taking down Siren. It's all on Chopper. Suddenly the pressure is back on him. 1 versus 2. And how does he even get out here? He's got the kit, sure, but he has to walk into a crossfire. Device setting it up, and he's going to shut it down. Quad kill. That is magnificent.
Oh, a lovely close, but I want to see how it opened as well. Wonderful force to watch that whole round fall through their fingers. And Device with a quad kill as well. We were talking about the individuals having to step up. This is how the round started, and this is how he closed it. That was, I assumed he was scoping the speed by which he found Patsi on that ramp fight, but no. Just lovely Deagle body shots and the Org as well. A multi-kill from Device, and yeah, a sigh of relief from the AWPer. Does it on the lighter by. Let's see, Astralis, they managed to make a 6th. Out of nowhere, Buzz, he's been having nightmares about Patsi in this corner, but they're not expecting Wonderful as well. Oh, Patsi, 2 across the bow, a good spray back, but there's Device down. Wonderful brings the aggression yard, and Spirit immediately resuscitate Hope.
Yeah, this is sick. What a great hold from Spirit outside. And this could put some real pressure on Astralis now. This is really interesting. I wish we had more rounds in the first half because... Sip trying to fight his way out. Oh, he's going to get shot in the back. The question, though, is when you know that there are that many people located to the yard outside early, because they've done it a couple of times now, if you really trust it, again, you could be incentivized to try and just hit somewhere else when they're all stacked out there. It's not obviously a surefire thingy, but yeah, I wonder if they're going to feel, or they just end up being very slow and they have to use a lot of grenades because you can clear those corners with nades, but man, it's going to be a slower round.
Flashed in. He's going to lose his health to the nades. Well handled already by Spirit. The SMG not finishing its meal, and another meat grinder round as Astralis running out of players. Pace just not the name of their game. It's, I mean, far from it. Every time we've seen Astralis try and turn up the momentum and speed, it falls flat.
But also, if there had been 2 people dedicated to the yard out of the container in a round like this one, then Astralis just absolutely destroy it. So that might have been part of the calculation for them. It's kind of interesting. It feels like they're not necessarily far off of being able to... All they need is to win 1 of those opening kills. Yeah. It sounds ridiculous because now it's at 1 versus 5, so you think, well, that's just a one-sided victory for Spirit. But really, if blameF comes through the smoke and just gets 1 shot on someone holding mini, it'll be very, very different.
Those are the nades.
Yeah,
so
sick.
Like, this is what I was talking about. You know, I said, like, Spirit say 1 word, and then their top defense kicks into gear.
Yeah.
Those nades completely counter the, I refer to it as the ROPS flash. You can see Device in jail.
Yeah. Why does he look so sad?
Let me out.
He's going to be there for another 35 seconds.
Yeah. Well, that gives us 35 seconds to talk about anything, Anders. If you could talk about anything for 30 seconds, what would it be? I'm ready to Google.
For 35 seconds?
Yeah.
I mean, something that I've been spending a lot of time looking into is just the slow evolution of the Unreal Engine.
Evolution of Unreal. I've
Unreal
seen
5.
Yeah, they're using it now in cinema.
Yeah.
For these like dynamic, like they shoot not a green screen, but like a projected environment from an Unreal Engine.
I'd recommend people try and download it if they have any interest in anything like that. It's super fun to play around in. Yeah, it's free. And even crazier, they have this team of people that go around the world and they do like what are called mega scans. They scan buildings and rocks and trees and all different objects, and you can use them for free. It's actually
like texture, real life texture.
Real life texture, and the model, the 3D model itself.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Yeah, it is unreal. So I've been spending some time in that. It's fun.
I saw some tech recently where you can basically 3D scan with your phone now. You just turn the torch on, you move around the object, and then you have the 3D model of whatever you've scanned.
Yeah, the model
that's
itself.
Cool. That's really cool.
I think the texturing part's going to be super tricky unless you have like insane lighting. I think lighting is always the problem when you try and do the tech. But yeah, it is. I mean, the technology is here, right? It's interesting.
And the game is here right now, right here, 7-6. Astralis probably not going to be too upset with a 6-round haul, considering they lost the pistol. You know, like that's already quite the achievement, finding a 4-round run at the start of this half. And yeah, let's get back into things and see if this, half buy from Astralis can have anything of merit to discuss.
They need to find another situation like they did earlier where they found that free bomb site down below and just could kind of get the bomb down. That's a winning recipe.
A one tap onto Magics would work. Oh, actually he receives one. Just a single bullet. Straight to the dome. Fortunately, he had his helmet on. And who else has got armor? Zip has, so he's going to be equipped now with the AK at full HP, but a nice dink all the same. Magic's repels, sends them back to lobby.
Yeah, round number 14 here. They've got Buzz. At least he's made it past that first corner where he keeps getting caught, so...
But Patsi's really conditioned him now. Like, they're just expecting him around every corner.
They're super worried about it. And now Wonderful's going to be slowly walked in. Now, Device did beat him earlier with the Deagle. I think unlikely to happen again. Although the AK started to make its way there. Just a little bit exposed now to find the information. 50 seconds on the clock, and they've only seen one person at ramp, so Spirit... They're a little bit anxious to find out where actually are they going to be showing up. Looks like it could end up with some sort of a B-split here, going ramp and then outside. But I mean, it all depends on whether or not they can actually get past. Otherwise, there's no split at all.
Nice distraction. There goes the rifle with some destruction. But yeah, I liked what Magix did there. Like, he was tracking it, and by the time he jumped off, he actually did the drop-off. Device had heard the drop and was looking at him as Patsi rounded the corner. Those are these little details where you can almost guarantee like an unfair fight.
Yeah.
You just make sure you draw their crosshair, you pull their information, or rather their attention elsewhere. And it's something that the best teams in the world are doing, like, you know, almost without thinking. It becomes just a part of their game. Through the repetitions. 8-6, last round of this first half. You can see the maps over in the top right side of your screen. Mirage is where Spirit have chosen to take it, and Ancient should be needed. I will also remind you that in the head-to-head, Astralis yet to post a map up against Spirit in this constellation of players. And Wonderful's going aggressive. See if Buzz is prepared for this kind of action. He's been caught out religiously by Patsi and Wonderful when they try these more aggressive endeavors.
And it's just cool to see Spirit, you know, flex their defense in a lot of different ways, right? They've had the almost full-man stack at the A-bomb side. They've had these double setups outside. They're trying to stay just as random. It's obviously not random, but from Astralis' point of view,
dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic. Trying to make sure that they can't really guess what's going on. I will say this, I mean, I think 6 rounds on the T side, it means Astralis are going to be competitive no matter what, but Spirit, given how much they lost the economy battle at the beginning, it's kind of cool that they're up to 8 and could be 9. Of Buzz, though, getting some revenge.
Super brave. You know how quick Wonderful can hit those follow-up shots. It's one of his strengths, but yeah, Buzz actually re-peeks into where he got tagged from and will convert on the aggressive AWP. That's scary. Oh, Device spots out another. Aware Patsi's filling the void. Blame responsible for this. Look! And Chopper gives it to him. A 2-man advantage now for Astralis. They are walking wounded, but Zip down on his look. Patsy's so mobile. He's doing everything he can. He's showed his face yard. Now he goes and clears out ramp, but they're not fooled. They will once again return to ramp, and that's the gap. That is the gap. No one is down from Spirit. If they can just walk down that ramp, Device is investigating topside. He's going to die on a corner. Careful. Magic's free frag. And oh, they both go down. Okay, well, they wanted information, Anders, but now they've got a disadvantage in this one. Vents is wide open.
This is super tough. 2 versus 3 now. At least there are not that many nades left on the Spirit players, so there is a chance for Astralis.
No one goes Vents because they just don't know. But 2 ramp. No smoke, no molly.
No smoke, no molly, no nothing. Last grenades have been used by Astralis as well. And Spirit taking their time with this. This is a little bit interesting. Could give a chance now for the remaining Astralis players, instead of fighting, to play for time a little bit more. Oh, wow. Oh, Siren! He's been so good in this opening half. I think they should have it.
Oh, man. Man, that is cruel. Astralis, it was right there before them. A very late retake. Spirit, cool, calm, and calculated will be RB.
gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt. I remember back in apartments, humble beginnings what I start with. I'm still humble if you checking out my carton. 2% we wasn't dancing like we Carlton. A product of the system living in our margins. Harvest all the planet, seeds I've been demanding. Trees taken for granted, faithless couldn't stand it. Standing on solid rock, now that's a firm foundation. We've been waiting and I'm praying we gon' make it. Face it, this year ain't even go the way we want it. Double jointed, two-faced, but now we on it. Seeing your true colors in this light and it's alarming. But God see the mess and he get clean it up with Charmin. Ooh, the boo-boo, ooh, the view. Watching God's plan like a show from Hulu. Who's who? Gon' see it as soon as the snow moves. We roll through, cause all you're together like pork stew. I can't miss, no Beverly, you can't hold me. Knew that it was my time and I ain't need a roll. P139, that's the word. This provision is precision, you ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt, see the glory in the hurt. See the glory in the hurt. Okay, by the still water, I'm playing this so sturdy. I don't need magic to know that he worthy. He coming with the beef with the ones who get jerky. And on the shoe, he in the clutch, Jamal Murray. His plan got a plan, you ain't stressing the thing. You need more than Golden State to put some stress on the king. I don't flex, I just take a step and Elohim do the rest. Please don't think it's sweet, he got a sword, it's for your chest. It's for your soul, you worry about the goal, you can only take it home. Where I'm from is not here, so I leave it all alone. Get the lyrics out the spirit, then I put them in a poem. Talk to God, I'm on the phone. He said I need to trust. He be the anchor when the waves is too much. I gotta thank him cause his way is so tough, but his faith is so amazing, so my praise it go nuts, and my praise it go nuts.
Making magic when they need it most.
And we're back once again. It's Spirit versus Astralis. We are on Nuke, and absolutely everything is on the line. It's been pretty exciting so far. Not quite right down the middle, but enough for this to be competitive. 9 rounds for Spirit, 6 for Astralis, and now Astralis is going to be playing on the CT side, trying to see if they can win the pistol and just roll it on out from there. They're in a good position. I think everyone's kind of playing pretty well. glaive had a bit of a rough beginning, I think, to this game in general. He's got up to 2 kills at the end of the half. Sip as well, but otherwise, everyone else is kind of showing up.
Yeah, we've had a couple of moments, definitely, of glory for both of the squads. Buzz's pistol, oh, that pistol. He got 4 and still didn't close it.
Yeah.
Let's see if Astralis can split the difference, get the pistol in the second half. The odds quite close. And oops,
oh
Chopper's
no,
clubbed his flash. That's going to make things easier for Buzz as he's doing it again with the first. Device's turn. Oh, he's made a meal of that one. Does need to get out of dodge.
Where the bullet's going, glaive? They
Blame.
actually lost Device in the corner. Oh, but blameF comes in to knock them out.
There's a lot of genuine passion coming out of these Astralis boys. I really think they've had a lot of team talks. It can always be very, you know, imagine the human component of knowing what you're capable of and then not being able to show it. I imagine that that's quite difficult for the human mind to accept and to process. And so you can hear there's fire in the bellies of these guys. It's Device. I mean, it's Device that is really trying to keep the momentum on their side. They cannot give this one up, and they really shouldn't, considering we don't see a single penny invested by Spirit here. No bomb plant, very absence of anything.
You know, I was thinking about this on the couch as well, because we were sort of talking a little bit about it, sort of the older guard of Astralis, you know, maybe not quite living up to the hype. And I think it's probably something that's very interesting to dive into in the future. Something like, what does it feel like to be, let's say, like, it's going to be hard to say, but something like on the other side of the peak of your career, and then finding, like, what is the motivation now? If you're Sip and glaive, like, you've won everything that possibly could be won. So you have to find something else to think about. Whereas if you're a team, if you're G2 right now, you think we need to win a major. Like, that's what we're going for. We're playing so the motivation is super clear. The goal is right there, and you kind of get that for free in when that's not the case. But for some of these players, it's got to be about something else. I mean, I think possibly stealing a little bit from Duncan here, but I think something like playing for Legacy is probably worth it.
It's just intangible, though. Yeah. That's the issue.
It is harder to do, for sure.
Like, playing for, you know, you can say those things, but you need to, you do need to set attainable goals. And I think that's just kind of a very universally good advice. Some people package it differently, and they get treated like gods, but yeah, you know, that's an important one.
True.
Set attainable goals. Oh my god, my king, my king!
Yeah, can I pay $50 for that advice, Alex?
I want to join your club.
Oh man.
Make your bed in the morning. Start with an achievement. Yeah, oh, wow, oh god, I love you so much.
Subscriptions going on. Well, they lose Buzz at the start of the round, but Chopper and Siren have kind of got beat up too, so it wasn't completely for free. A lot of grenades expended really on all sides. Team Spirit have 2 flashbangs left. Hopefully they can actually get them through the ceiling this time.
That certainly would be a component of a successful start. But this is going to be a rather difficult one. I mean, they're going for this bonus, right? By virtue of going for 3 SMGs in the second, it does leave them in this kind of scenario where they hold on to them, and now it's against 5 rifles. Losing Buzz early is going to be a costly discrepancy. Device going looking for info, and with the MP9 as well, so yeah, this top hit, it's going to be brutal.
Doesn't that make you nervous seeing him out in the yard?
I'm nervous now for Glaive. Just throw it, throw it, throw it.
Oh, right there.
They can run it, they could, they don't. Oh, nice.
This is a sick smoke though, 25 seconds. That's they have to, they have to make a choice.
Blame? Is he there?
He is close enough, but oh well, he's actually really far back.
Okay. So they're going to consider him. Oh, they're doing the heaven wrap. blameF in the dream scenario. 1, 2, 2.5. Wonderful's alive, and he is going to plant in time. That's a whole ring around the rosy. Siren's got you rotate, and now his only device.
Nope, that was the grenade on Wonderful. They blew him up. They stopped the bomb plant, Alex. Oh no, we need the replays.
I'm sorry. I actually have like a face like a slapped ass right now. What just happened? I thought they got the bomb down. Where did Zip throw that from?
No
So Blame
way.
does this. Don't forget, Wonderful nearly dies, right? He has to take the safe, no full damage route, and there it is. So Zip, on his ascent up the vent, just before Siren kills him, he just throws it and wins the round with it. That's peculiar. That's unique. That is a fingerprint of Counter-Strike right there.
What a replay.
Nice catch, guys. Very cool. Oh, well, Astralis, maybe the stars have aligned. Maybe there is some witchcraft and wizardry at play. What an aid from Zip.
Has to be. I can't believe it. I also, in the back of my mind, I was so sure he was planting for such a long time. I was like, past that, I was like, yeah, the bomb is planted.
Yeah, we cut away. Now we're worried about the retake. Nope.
It's all good.
Nope. God.
That's a curious round in like 10 different ways. Also, how did blameF know? And then, but also with the rest of the A defense had already fallen back down. It's crazy. That could change this entire map completely. Wonderful though. Important refrag coming through on a sip.
Chopper wants to test him. He's coming to Device. He's showed the AWP. And Chopper meets the AWP. Device hands it to him, and now that's surely enough to keep him trapped. I say trapped. Siren is there.
You,
Deve.
What's going on?
Don't
oh
do
no!
it.
Is he
Don't do
wise?
it.
He lost his mind. What is he doing? He's picked up.
Over to you, Anders.
I don't want it.
Okay, I'll take it. 3v3.
I need a moment. Well, blameF might bring it back.
This is cool.
He could rescue this mission.
This is very cool.
I'll say this, though. You see the power of repositioning in the kill against Chopper, because Chopper is mentally not aware at all. And I'm guessing Device is thinking, it worked once, I'm going to keep doing it, and they just will never expect it, which kind of makes sense, but also you just did turn it into a 3-on-3. blameF, though, shooting Patsi in the back. That's a huge kill for if you have to retake the B-bomb site, which they probably will have to here. You don't want somebody lurking around in lobby, so now they could be focused on this lower part. They don't have to worry about any backstabs going into it.
Okay, smoke on Blame. If they can isolate the 1v3, like the AWP is not going to be able to knock you off the defuse. And so Wonderful versus Siren, they're close by, and a good headshot, one trade. That's Buzz! Who else but Buzz? As once again, he's there to the rescue. The close with the double.
And that door swinging open gives him, you know, an extra millisecond to just continue that spray. That was super well done. Huge round, very, very important, and obviously... Yeah, you see, he's like, oh, wait a minute.
Here you come.
Something is up. That's well done. Yeah, but the two opening kills for Device are kind of that's one of the reasons why Device is a hard player to play against, because the first one is pretty standard, but the move up again into Chopper, you could see he actually gets killed with a Molotov in hand, because he's expecting to put pressure on Device, which he thinks is really far back. He's like, I'll push it back with the Molotov.
Well, because they just killed the ramp player, and then they were sitting there, and Device has got in the feed. You were expecting that AWP to be go immediately upon finding that frag, backyard, back up the ladder.
Yeah.
Staying hellside. He actually advances into ramp, catches Chopper unawares, and I think at that point, you're right, he got that kind of sense of, well, they're definitely not coming ramp now.
Yeah.
I can go grab that Siren, though, with some patience, and it did get rewarded. We're just fixing a little bit of a tech hitch there, making sure Hallie's microphone is working and heard. Spirit coach Hallie. Astralis, though, I mean, off the back of a 9-6 half, we talked about the 6-round haul being something they'd be proud of, considering the absence of a one pistol. They did convert in the second, and that force buy war that put Spirit in a big hole, right? You talked about it. It was a risk-reward,
yes.
And they reaped the risk. As it was, 4 in a row from Astralis. But either way, a good T-half, and now they've built upon it with 4 off the rip in this second half. It's a tech pause. I want to remind you, no players can talk, so just kind of sitting in silence while we account on our referee getting real under the desk. He's getting into the matrix now.
Yeah. Hopefully the
See you later.
Cable management is under control.
He's gone to Narnia. He's just hanging out with Aslan, asking Mr. Tumnus for a microphone change.
This isn't nearly as bad. I used to work in sort of like a semi-IT support kind of job.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, like phones, or were you there in person?
Well, we did a bunch of things, basically. But I was like the guy who just got sent out to different companies that had problems. And one of the worst things is when you have a client that has a problem with like a network printer, because all printer problems are just a pure nightmare.
I swear that's all voodoo. It's all voodoo.
Drivers, everything. But the worst thing is obviously if you show up in the server room and it's just a mess. Like none of the cables are you have no idea where anything is, and you have to spend like the first hour just even figuring out what's going on.
I had a period. Zip has got an interesting strategy. He's like, oh crap, some people are watching. I'm a gamer. But what I was going to say was the cable management. I used to I've never been good at it, but I always appreciate it as an art form. I think there were subreddits where it's just like cable management, and it's like server admins flexing their like stacks and how they've done the cables. It can really look beautiful.
It can.
It really can. And I think when I have a proper, a home to call my own, the first thing I'm going to do is do like the geeky cable management. I'm talking holes in walls.
Hire somebody to do it.
There's professionals.
I don't know, but maybe you could.
Yeah.
I feel like
actually, I wonder if there is. Professional cable management. Let's have a look.
Is it possible?
Yeah.
Okay, you can buy these really great strips that allow you to like tie all the cables together and everything, and they can easily be undone. Oh, Wonderful's hammering them. All right, he's back. So
there's a lot of people, a lot of companies that are running like, what do you call it? Like they sell hardware to manage your cables. But, look at that stuff, Anders. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Look how pretty. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
That makes you happy, right?
It does. It's all color-coded. Everyone knows where everything goes.
Yeah, this could be like the advice we were talking about earlier, manage your cables at home,
Yeah.
Sign up to my newsletter so I can tell you more about that.
Cables mismanaged? Sign up today and set attainable goals.
I will say this though, actually, I had a stream at home of I wanted my monitors, on my wall, so with no stand underneath.
Yeah.
And then I wanted as many of the cables as I could to kind of disappear behind the monitors.
It's crazy the difference a monitor arm makes.
Yes.
I once I did it, I couldn't go back, just because I can have my keyboard straight under it.
It's so nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
It really is. That is the future, guys. Definitely be doing that. Well, we're getting a real technical timeout.
Might be time for me to pull out my fun facts.
You've got fun facts?
Oh, I have too many fun facts. Fun Fact Sunday, we call this one.
That's a good way to spend some time. Who doesn't like a fun fact?
Like, as opposed to a boring fact, a sad fact. These are fun facts.
I'm sure if you Google boring facts, I'm sure they actually do exist. So,
have you heard of trypophobia?
I think it might be wrong. Is it like people who don't like sort of certain sensations of touch?
No, this is the one where it's like the closely packed holes, like lots of holes, like like the poppies, dried poppies and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah, freaks people out. Did you know that the Spice Girls were originally called Touch? I didn't know.
Nowhere near as cool.
Spice Girls way cooler.
As a personal fan of the Spice Girls, I have got to say that wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
Wow, this is an important one. It's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland because it's considered
They are
animal
social
abuse.
animals. Yeah.
Yes, they
That's
get lonely.
True. Yeah.
Maybe that we should say, I mean, humans are social animals too. Why do we have laws against the guinea pigs, but we don't have, something to remedy the loneliness of the human condition?
Can't own humans either, Alex. That is in fact illegal.
No, I'm aware of that, but I was talking less about ownership, more about
well,
maybe we should look after the people that are, alone. I saw an amazing one where the Dutch actually have a whole village that's dedicated to dementia Alzheimer's patients, but it's like a full operational village. All the carers work in the shops, work in the pubs.
Oh, okay.
And essentially, yeah, you can live a normal life, you have your own home, etc. But everyone around, all the staff are the NPCs.
The Dutch, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that idea. That's really cool. Do you know what baby rabbits are called?
No.
Kits.
Kits with a T or a D?
Straight K.
Okay.
K-I-T-S.
Okay. All right. That's not bad. Well, if we're talking about animal facts, I'm sure I've said this before, but the platypus?
Perry
The platypus?
I'm aware.
They close their eyes when they hunt. They live in Australia. They close their eyes when they hunt, hunt in muddy rivers. They can't see anything.
So how do they see?
Well, so they have their beak is kind of rubbery, and they have receptors on their beaks. Some of them are mechanical, and some of them are electrical, and some of them are both mechanical and electrical.
All on their duck's beak?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they move their beak in this rhythm like a radar dish, and then they can sense, they hunt for shrimp, they can sense the electrical impulse of the shrimp, and then they calculate the difference between that and the movement of the water. And that's how they do it. And now we're back into it. Enough about the platypus. Oh, Glaive!
It's over. So the platypus, it can sense with its beak.
Yes,
and,
it creates basically same with a bat that just does it with echolocation. It does echolocation, but with mechanical.
With 3 different sensors.
It's super sick. Glaive is doing something that's sick. He's really been on a pause for this game. I'm sure he's been doing a lot of other things in terms of calling and figuring stuff out, but it's got to be feeling good for him personally to just be like, yes, this actually worked.
And I do think it's super worth noting that this is Spirit off a long tech pause, then getting their mics unmuted going. Pop top, they wanted to turn up the momentum and go for something quick. They've still got 8Ks into this one, right? They just wanted to go for something to kind of catch Astralis off guard. Didn't work, but it was interesting nonetheless. And now we're back into the nitty gritty. Everyone's got everything.
Astralis with a 2-round lead.
Is no one ramped? Yeah, Zip's very late to it. So the smoke's been up and he's assuming they've respected it. He'll throw out a second. Interesting approach here from Astralis. So as time fades or wanes, that smoke will hold them at bay. Zip got a nade with Siren's name on it. He's safe from it.
Yeah, he's going to be just fine. And there's still plenty of time left here.
So top util, but where do you want to go after this? We're at that minute mark. Feels like a top hit. Glaive unloads his mag, gets nothing. And now they go. Now they go on the reload. Down towards the T-vent and a boost.
Oh.
Glaive's not going to be ready for this. They know he's close. What a shot onto Buzz. And still no response from Astralis.
Glaive's going to be wondering, where are they? They just boosted. Oh. He's almost got that kill. 40 seconds left, but he is caught mid-reload. Sip is going to get blown up. This is nothing like the defense. If you contrasted what Spirit were doing, Astralis would have never been allowed to stand inside of the smoke and boost like that. They would have got blown up.
Yeah, the double Spirit nade is exactly the rock, paper, scissors that they were missing. They just didn't have it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoe, apparently.
Shoe, it haunts me. Like,
it keeps you up at night, doesn't it?
Just you think he's spent his whole life getting away with that.
I know.
Saying rock, paper, scissors, shoe. And everyone else was saying shoot, but he didn't quite differentiate. And, it took it up until this moment yesterday for Maui Snake to realize that no one's throwing a shoe into the rock, paper, scissors universe.
It's called rock, paper, scissors for a reason.
He's fine.
Yeah. In some ways, this is kind of a lazy call for Spirit, but I'm not criticizing them. I'm saying they sort of showed up at ramp and they were like, wow, there's a lot of smokes here.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go back to B. And then somehow that worked. But this is cool though. A very, very cool thing. And it shows you just if you put a little bit too little pressure on that squeak door position, they just give just enough space. Yeah. and they'll use it.
It's something that
Super
became
well
very vogue with Furious Nuke. In the absence of taking all that yard pressure, they would find it through these like kind of late, like you saw that was about a minute mark. They re-smoke, they re-flash, and they go. And you can see it from Glaive's POV, like he was just not expecting a whole body through the squeaky door after his initial spray. Device has been dispatched to set up for ramp. It seems that Spirit have intentions towards it.
Yeah, should allow them for a stronger defense elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Device doesn't need to move his crosshair, but he has gone wide. Oh, lots of action here for Device. He's overwhelmed, needs to get out. Does dink one with a Tech 9, that's nice. Still contributes.
Talk about optimizing a really bad position. You're like, I'm escaping, but before I do, I'm just going to send some bullet this way. blameF against Patsi.
That's
Patsy's
quite a
been
nice
playing really
head-to-head.
well. Yeah, it is. They're both going to be really powerful.
Oh, he gets info as well. Patsi calls 2 yard.
Yep. And they know that Device has fallen back down, so that's about 60% of the team are more or less accounted for. So if they were in a position to jump on something, then yeah, now would be the time to do it. Molotov goes up, try and buy a little bit of time. Speaking of which, only 40 seconds for Glaive. This is looking a lot better right now. They're in trouble. All of them very low on health. blameF's going to pick up Siren, and again, Glaive could be... Oh, the communication. He had a teammate covering him, and Glaive this time will be able to defend. Back to the 2-round lead. I thought he was reloading again to die, but I'm sure that his teammate would have called it out, saying, I've got you, just do the reload. I've got this side covered. Wow.
See this one again. This is the dink. I mean, yeah, I think the word you choice of optimizing.
Yes.
Exactly what Device was doing there. Very cool. You know, so you see most players that it's panic stations. When you hear like multiple boots, you've missed your AWP shot. It's like that's over.
You're just happy to
escape.
escape.
It's over for you. But switching to the Tech 9, using that extra frame, it put a lot of Spirit's plans into disarray with Magic's low. Then we saw the initial chip damage of that spray, the spray from Glaive, and at that point they were just lucky to be alive. It's 10 to 12. Aren't we all lucky to be alive? Huh? You only get one of these. May as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
Unless you believe in reincarnation. You want to be like a squirrel or something?
I mean, I think none of this is real anyway.
None of this is real.
But I'm glad to be here. I think we all chose to be here anyway. So I trust that it all makes sense.
I'll tell you what doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't think I'm smart enough to understand it when people say it. But people say, like, we're all the universe experiencing itself. And I just go, well, that means nothing to me. I'm trying as hard as I can. I need to do some more psychedelics, maybe.
That's basically what I think is happening. I think I can.
You can?
I think I can explain it easily.
Okay.
It's an easy idea, but it's kind of cool, Makes me happy at any rate to think about.
Yeah, Mr. Universe. All of us.
Round number 23. And Buzz finding a shot outside. He's got 17 kills. Look at this young kid. I mean, this is really impressive.
It is. It is. And I mean, clearly they saw something in him. Device specifically playing with him and seeing what he had to offer. And he's holding his own. He's at the top of the scoreboard with Blame and Device. He could be that third prong here to take Spirit down. And for the first time for Astralis in this constellation, Magic's to be found. Yeah, has he been heard? Oh, look at this from Buzz. Buzz delivers. And Glaive does not. Nice from Wonderful. Tagged up, though. And Zip, a headed chopper. A pristine headshot puts them into a 2v2. They're on notice now.
I feel like that might have been a mistake for Zip. That's a 2-on-3. No bomb plant. They got about 30 seconds. If you keep pushing, all you're going to be doing is potentially giving them what just happened, a straight headshot, although it looks like blameF is in a perfect position. Oh! Chopper, how did he get the kill? Third one for him in the round. Device jumping down, but he's caught midair, blown up by Wonderful. I need that replay right now.
Chopper and Wonderful, both just looking like sharp shooters in that round. Every advantage in the world for Astralis. And Chopper finding these headies. Bay, let's go.
This is ridiculous too. He actually tried.
Oh, you'd think Device, especially because they were both quite low. That Tech 9, if he got his boots back on the ground, could have been something special.
I think, though, we talked about this on the couch. This is one of those rounds where I think the communication for Astralis in the past, I don't think they would have kept being that aggressive in the 2-on-3. I feel like all of the pressure in terms of time is on Spirit. Easy kill.
That's a nice opener. It's becoming more and more popular, these AWPers. Posting up on that hut angle, this time Wonderful, unprepared. And look at Device, he's staying so mobile, so limber and dynamic. He has been dismounted by the flashbang. He'll fire off the shot. And that will perhaps get Patsi's plans a little slow. Still moving on that smoke wall, this standoff between Patsi and Blame.
Yep. All right, They have not that many more nades to throw outside either on the Spirit side, so they got to be super careful. I think it's one of the grounds somewhere, but if they want to recommit to that wall outside, then that's all the smokes they have pretty much.
Device holding that top site. The loss of Wonderful still reverberating in this round, and they are going to try and test ramp. Zip. I mean, he needs one here, right?
Yeah, this is interesting though. Normally there's a second player here, but they just boosted him and left him alone, and this is very, very awkward.
Oh, that's not fun for Zipex. Advantage squandered. Buzz has rotated through. He's going to be the early warning system, but he's worried about ramp, and rightfully so. No one can stop Siren. And Device not clearing his corners. They both go down, and this one is a round Astralis would like to forget. As it's all gone down. Patsi does meet Blame, but yeah, the damage is done. The round is won.
Yeah, obviously, but the MP9 is not that bad of a weapon. I think you're absolutely right. One kill for Sip there would have changed a lot. Secondarily, I think also the problem was Buzz had no head armor, so the Galil that he gets peeked by just instant taps him, and that does make a little bit of a difference. So unfortunate, but not for Spirit.
So why am I the universe, Anders?
Why are you the universe?
Because we're all particles and we're all constantly just a...
Well, think of it differently. Think of it, imagine if you could put on a VR headset and experience someone else's life. And let's
right, like Roy in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. And also let's pretend that when you're there, you don't even know that's happening, right?
Yeah.
But then why just experience one life? Like, if you have the technology, you might as well experience all the lives all at once. You're getting way more experience.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
No, I was just using the title.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, that's... So then, yeah. So if you were the universe, why not just make yourself into many small pieces and have a lot of experiences? Yeah, try all of it. It's a good idea. And you don't even know it, so it feels really real.
I'm with you. And I guess the universe doesn't have to worry about, you know, the people with the bad spawns, like in the same way, like, say, all loving God would.
No, because it's all experiences, yeah.
It's every experience.
Yeah, you get all the bad, all the good, and everything in between. Well,
it's a good round, isn't it?
I obviously can't prove it's true, just in case anyone's wondering.
No, we're not. This isn't about evidence and mass statements of fact. This is much more about just trying to understand what people are saying when they mean, or what people mean when they say that.
Yeah. But this round is done.
Cool.
Yeah. Bombs down. Spirit not really hesitating at all. Also means they're taking the round lead, Alex. They're up to 13.
It seems like both of the teams' rounds that they've been winning have been like very cut and dry.
Yeah.
You know, there hasn't been too many rounds where it's like it's up for debate. It's very usually determined by opening kills. And as I say that, I'm actually going to have a look at opening duels. Wow, Device 4-0 in opening duels. So he's bloody hell. That can't be right.
Are we being lied to?
I don't know. Buzz, look, it says he's been taken part in 14 opening duels. And he's lost 11 of them. Excuse me, 15 opening duels, and he's lost 11 of them. That's a large number. I'd say the same. That it seems.
Yeah, but he was entering that on Yard in that first half, so that kind of makes sense.
Kinda. Magic's 4-11 as well.
Yeah.
His counterpart in that respect. We got pace. Okay, charging. Device. What can you do? Attack to Wonderful. Does get away, but ramp is lost. Rotation through. You can see Zipex. He's going to be has to be hesitant about this. They got two holding from the hell.
That's okay though. Losing ramp is not really a big deal. They can definitely make it back from this, although they do need somebody else. Buzz is starting to make his way down to join Device.
He was.
Oh, he was.
Doubt. Oh, Device got so much to do now.
This is really tough. If you get a first kill here, then at least maybe they go for the retake, but Smoke is up and the timing is not with him. He's going to go back and just see more gray screens. All right. Magic's, he's tagged on through, but the bomb is going to be planted. That lineup is not going to be working, so now it's super difficult choice to be made here for Astralis. You could make a real argument that they just save from here on out. Because they don't have the money to lose everything, and Spirit are going to get to 15 if they lose all these rifles.
Yeah, Nade's going to be doing very little just to take glaive down to 30.
I don't like this.
I don't like the retake. It's going to be so hard to get in. Bomb's already half gone. We still have 5 alive for both sides, and as I say that, Astralis do put the pedal to the metal and nothing to report. Everything gone, and that's very, very scary for Danish fans around the world as Astralis swallow their pride, and 14 already down the gullet. This 15th is nearly a certainty with what they've got, and yeah, they are going to call a timeout. They're third just to try and talk this one out, but that came too easy. And you're right, Anders, that conversation, you can understand why Astralis felt compelled to give it a look in, but it's not easy.
Feels really bad to call a save in a 5-on-5, but I think this is a time to do it. And yeah, they're in a lot of trouble right here. Gotta say, though, from Spirit's point of view, it really has been a lot of no-nonsense Counter-Strike coming out from them on the T side. They crack the opening on ramp. They don't think, ooh, let's do like a really elaborate thing where we leave someone in ramp and we rotate back to lobby, or we go outside and we do like all this. They're like, all right, we got ramp, we have all the grenades, we're just gonna smoke out the bomb side and plant the bomb, and that's it. It's very straightforward, but it's working very well at the moment. So I like to see it.
Did you know?
Go on.
That nutmeg is a hallucinogen.
I did. Yeah.
That's interesting.
You're not wrong.
Mother Earth. What we got here, Magix? A quick one. And he's straight out. Yeah, oh, Buzz. Another opening death for him as he gets ripped out of the server. This round is as quick as you like already. The round is Spirits.
It's very straightforward, but again, it's a perfect round to call this in. You know they're not going to be any Molotovs down. You know they can't have the grenades to stop you. So the real danger is if there's some crazy, 5-man stack going on, and there wasn't.
I want to know your opinion on this, because I've only seen Spirit doing it, where they regularly boost someone on this box so that they can have the element of surprise on the headshot for your Heaven player.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It does seem to be something of a Spirit design, but they're very stubborn about it, and I've yet to see it like pop off. I can imagine a universe where there's like those 2-3-man Heaven retakes, and you just catch them while they're pulling out nades and think they're safe.
I think just an enormous amount of Counter-Strike, especially at a really high level, is about offsetting your opponent's expectations, right? Like it could be timing or it could be position like this. Just everyone on some level has an internal movie playing in their head about what is just about to happen, and if that movie fits with reality, so if you think, okay, I'm going to walk around this corner and I'm going to find 3 people, if that's true, you're going to be in a much better position to fight those 3 people. But if you walk around the corner and it's all 5, or if you walk around a corner and there's nobody there, then it takes like a second for your brain to say, well, hold on, I was sure this
new game plan.
What's going on? So I think in that little space is where there's so much interesting stuff happening.
Well, they need 3 in a row. This is Astralis' pick, trying to whip out the nuke, and their CT side's been rumbled in the last run. 5 in a row from Spirit. It was 12-10.
Yeah, this is a very, very impressive run that they're on at the moment. Astralis now fighting for overtime on Nuke, which they could get to. They at least have some rifles in this one, but yeah, Spirit just look rock solid again.
Diagonal wall erected. Zip, he's considering an information push towards the lobby. That's an interesting call, and yeah, Magix. Wow, ready for Buzz, but glaive will trade.
What just happened?
But now the whole squad, surely. Like, as soon as any sound cue is given, that's if a sound cue is given.
Who dinked Magix to begin with? And was it Buzz? I really need the replay. I'm so confused. How did he reacted so quickly?
He did. Really well played, but yeah, lobby lost. So now Spirit are in the dark. They don't know how much lobby's been taken. They're worried about their flank. There could be someone silo, T-roof. Patsy's the one that's dispatched, though, to go look. And I'm not sold on Device in dark. It's great for the decon fight, but Glaive's there too. Oh, Glaive was there too. Now Device's position could have some legs. Blame's got a nice hidey hole and does catch Chopper. Wonderful's going to be worried about that as well. Okay, Wonderful punishes Blame for the lazy clear.
25 seconds, but they have Molotovs. If he fires the AWP, okay, he's going to escape, because that's a really bad corner to be in when they have those nades. 18 seconds, he's got to be careful. He could get shot at the back at any moment when they make their way through the window. Down to 13 seconds, Alex.
Device. This is really chaos. He's going to catch it. Oh! Wonderful was there, but Siren does find him just in the nick of time. He repositioned for the plant. He got time? Yeah, just enough, as that is it. Nuke falls away from Astralis, a high-octane game. Spirit, though, they remain untouchable for Astralis. That was their pick. That was probably the best showing we've seen, you know, if you consider how close some of these games have been. Spirit versus Astralis becoming a bit of a rivalry. Astralis yet to...